Welcome back to TM Electronics and our video series showing you a selection of products from our Legionella temperature monitoring range. In our first video we talked about the time and risk reduction benefits of installing a TC wall port in those difficult to access areas and showed you a reading taking just under 16 seconds. In today's video, we're going to take a look at the next generation of those remote monitoring points, those that include an integral fine wire probe. This model we've called the TCWall-KA01. As with all TC wall ports in the family, the body measures just 52mm squared and is 24mm deep. It's made from durable ABS plastic and can be mounted up to 20 meters away from the point being tested with no loss of accuracy. With the TCWall-KA01, you choose the length of your integral fine wire probe, with the current online options being 1, 3, 10 or 20 meters. If, however, you have a requirement for a different length fine wire, then please do give us a call for a bespoke quotation, but please bear in mind we would not recommend a length greater than 20 meters. Okay, let's take a closer look. The one I've got here is the 3 meter option, and all options come with one of these little caps. Now, I'm going to pop that to one side just for a moment, but I will come back to it. I've already removed the front screws, so let's gently pull the two halves apart. The rear plate has 2 screw holes for wall mounting and a central hole that the fine wire has been fed through. Your TCWall-KA01 will be dispatched to you with the integral fine wire in this position, but that's not the only wire placement option available to you. If you're installing the wire directly through the wall or into a cavity, then the central placement is probably most suitable. If not, the side placement option is easy to achieve. Simply uncoil the wire and pull it back through the central hole. This will completely separate the rear and front plates. Okay, so you've trailed the fine wire through the wall or the cavity, or hidden it on the surface of the wall in trunking. So now you need to adhere the fine wire to the test point. This can easily be done with either adhesive tape or our thermocouple attachment pads. We would also recommend that you cover the test point with insulation to ensure an accurate reading. Now, only a few more things left to do. The first being mounting the rear plate. It's important at this stage for both placement options that you ensure you are mounting the rear plate with this little dip on the left in order for the front plate to fit properly. If your placement option was the central hole, you can now screw the front plate in place, and that's where the little cap comes into play. If you choose, simply push this into the side hole. Popping this in just lessens dust ingress and makes it look a little bit neater. For side placement, we need to take the front plate, guide the wire into the dip and then screw the front plate in place. Last but by no means least is test point identification. The front panel has a recessed area where you can place a label. We've printed one that includes a barcode for paperless reading with our barcode thermometer, and we'll take a closer look at that model in another video in this series. But if you're manually recording your readings, a location code such as tap 1 or first floor gent sink is a good idea. Okay, so now we're installed and almost ready to take a reading. As part of your Legionella temperature monitoring kit, you will no doubt already have a thermometer, but in order to take a reading via the TCWall-KA01, you'll also need a connection cable. Now you only need one of these inexpensive cables per thermometer. Now we're ready, but instead of having to either crawl into a cupboard, climb a ladder or cordon off a high traffic area to take a reading, we can now simply walk up to the TCWall-KA01, plug one end of the cable into the TCWall-KA01, then the other into your thermometer. Wait for the display to settle and note your reading. That is it. Again, that test took less than 16 seconds, and I'm sure you'll agree, a real time saver. For more information on the TCWall-KA01, please visit tmethermometers.com/TC wallport-system. Or for bespoke advice, call our team on 01903 700 651. In our next video, we'll be looking at the MM2008 handheld thermometer with its integral 1 and 2 minute timers. So, we look forward to seeing you there. Once again, thank you for watching.